Christmas Eve snow fell on the cathedral steps as Audrey Wells sat shivering, 26 years old, with blonde hair, matted and tangled. She wore a thin beige dress torn at the hem, stained with dirt and despair. No shoes, her feet were numb, she couldn't feel them anymore. 6 months homeless after her apartment building burned down. She lost everything, no insurance, no savings, no family to call her. The cathedral behind her blazed with light. She could hear singing silent night, families celebrating, but the doors were locked. Services were members only. She had tried earlier, security turned her away. No loitering, so she sat on the frozen steps, trying to decide, keep going or give up. She was leaning toward giving up. Footsteps approached. A little girl appeared, maybe 4 years old, with blonde pigtails. She wore a bright red coat, like a Christmas card come to life, white fur trim, shiny boots. Behind her walked a man, expensive suit, dark, handsome, probably her father. Little girl stopped, stared at Audrey with curious blue eyes. Daddy, look, that lady is sad. Chloe, come away, the man said, his voice gentle but firm. We need to go inside. But Chloe didn't move. She tilted her head, studying Audrey. Why are you crying? Audrey touched her face. She hadn't realized she was I'm okay, sweetie. You should go with your daddy, but you're sitting in the snow without shoes. And you're shaking. The little girl opened her arms wide. I think you need a hug. Audrey felt something break inside. This perfect child, this innocent, beautiful child offering kindness when the world had offered nothing. Sweetheart, I'm dirty. I don't want to mess up your pretty coat, Daddy says hugs make everything better. Chloe insisted, and you look like you need one really bad. She stepped forward, trapped her small arms around Audrey's neck. Audrey started sobbing, gasping sobs. This child's warmth, this simple gesture, months of nothing. Chloe, the father's voice, sharp, now worried. He pulled his daughter back, but gently, not rough. I'm sorry, he said. To Audrey, she's very empathetic. He looked at his daughter. Chloe, we can't hug strangers. But Daddy, she needs help. I know. But the man stopped. Riley looked at Audrey, saw her bare feet, her torn dress, the hypothermia setting in. When did you last eat? 2 days ago. I found half a bagel in a trash can. The man knelt down, took off his coat, wrapped it around Audrey's shoulders. I'm Christopher Bennett. This is my daughter Chloe. I'm Audrey. Audrey, you're going to freeze to death out here. I know. Please, come inside. The cathedral is closed. Members only. I tried earlier. Christopher's jaw tightened. I'm on the board. Come with me. Inside the cathedral was warm, blazing, warm. Audrey almost collapsed. Christopher caught her. Chloe, run and get Reverend Matthews. Tell him we need help. While they waited, Christopher got Audrey water, a blanket from the supply closets, sat her in a pew. Can you tell me what happened? Audrey told him. The fire, losing everything. The shelters that were full, the jobs she couldn't get without an address. I have a teaching degree, she said, elementary education, but I can't work like this. Nobody will hire me. I look homeless. 'Cause I am homeless. She started crying again. I was going to give up tonight. Stop trying. Just let the cold take me. But then your daughter, she offered me a hug. Christopher felt his throat tighten. Chloe returned with the Reverend and, with medical help, a doctor who was attending service. They treated Audrey's hypothermia, her infected cuts, her malnutrition. She needs to be hospitalized, the doctor said. No, Audrey protested. I can't afford that. I'll take care of it, Christopher said. Why? Because my daughter is right. You need help. We can give it at the hospital. Audrey stayed for 3 days recovering. Christopher visited every day, brought Chloe who colored pictures. These are for you, to make your room pretty. Thank you, sweetheart. On the 3rd day, Christopher arrived with clothes I had my assistant shop. I hope they fit. Everything fit perfectly. Jean sweaters, warm coat, shoes. I can't accept this. You already did, Christopher said. When you let my daughter hug you, when you let us help now, keep going. Let us help. Moreover, the following weeks, Christopher set Audrey up small apartment, paid 6 months rent, helped her get identifications, social security card, everything she'd lost in the fire. "Why are you doing this?" Audrey asked. They were having coffee, planning her job search, because 4 years ago my wife died. Christopher said, "Cancer." She was 32 left. Me with Chloe, who was 6 months old. I was destroyed. Didn't know how to be a father alone, how to run a company, how to keep going. His voice broke. A stranger helped me, our neighbor, Mrs. Chen. She was 70 years old. She babysat Chloe every day for free. Taught me how to be a dad. Saved us both. She died last year. I never got to properly thank her, to pay her back. He looked at Audrey when Chloe hugged you. She did what Mrs. Chen taught her. See someone hurting, help them. You're honoring her memory. I'm trying. 3 months after that Christmas Eve, Audrey started teaching at elementary school. Christopher had helped with her application references interview prep. Her first day Chloe was in her class kindergarten. Miss Audrey, Chloe sojourning over. You're my teacher. I am. Is that okay? It's perfect. Over the following year, Audrey and Christopher became close. Coffee turned into dinner turned into family. To Audrey, Chloe and Christopher movie night spark visits life. One evening Christopher asked Audrey to dinner, just the two of them. I need to tell you something, okay? I'm falling in love with you. Audrey felt tears. But I worry you'll think this is gratitude or obligation. It's not, Christopher said. When I saw you on those steps, I saw someone who needed help. But over these months, I've seen someone strong, someone kind, someone who makes Chloe laugh, someone who makes me want to try again. I'm falling for you too, Audrey admitted. But I'm scared. I have nothing. I came from nothing. Yep, everything I need, Christopher said. 1 year after that Christmas Eve, Christopher proposed on the cathedral steps, where they Methy had decorated them with lights, made them beautiful. This is where Chloe found you, he said, where she gave you a hug and changed everything. He knelt down. Will you marry me? Be Chloe's mother? Be my wife? Make our family complete? Yes. At their wedding, Chloe was the flower girl. She gave a speech, standing on a chair, last Christmas Eve. She said, I saw a sad lady on the church steps. She was crying, and she didn't have shoes. Daddy said not to hug strangers, but I knew she needed one. The little girl smiled. Daddy says, I was right, because now she's my mommy, and we're all happy. Audrey stood crying. When Chloe hugged me on those steps, she said I had given up. I was ready to die. Cold, alone, forgotten. She looked at her family. Then a 4-year-old in a red coat saw me, really saw me, not as homeless, not as a problem, but as a person who needed love. That hug saved my life, but more than that, it reminded me I was worth saving. Christopher spoke last when my daughter hugged a homeless stranger. He said, I was terrified, wanted to pull her away, protect her. His voice broke, but Chloe knew something I didn't, that sometimes the people who need protection, the ones sitting in the snow crying alone. Thank you, Audrey, for letting us save you, for saving us back, for showing us what family really means. Years later, when people asked how they met, Christopher would smile and say, my daughter hugged her on church steps. Audrey would add, best hug of my life, and Chloe would finish, I knew she needed. U.S. That's what Mrs. Chen taught Daddy. Help people, even when it's scary, especially when it's scary. Because sometimes a child in a red coat sees what adults miss sometimes. A hug is the difference between life and death, and sometimes the person you save becomes the person who saves you right back, making a family from a memento gesture. Little girl saying, I think you need a hug, and meaning it with their whole heart. If this story touched your heart, please like and share it with someone who believes in the power of simple kindness and second families. Subscribe for more stories about choosing compassion over fear. Comment and tell us about a time when a small gesture changed someone's life. Your story might inspire someone to offer that hug today.